Best friend, if you just bought the Galaxy A57, please do not use the default settings. Not because the phone is bad, the A57 is actually pretty good. It is thin, it has that 120Hz AMOLED display, IP68 water rating, a 50 megapixel camera with OIS, and One UI 8.5. Here are the top 15 things that I will change on the Galaxy A57. Let's begin. Before we touch the phone settings, do this first. Go to Settings, scroll down to Software Update and tap it, then tap Check for Updates. If you've not already, you want to download and install updates. When it's done, it will ask you to restart, so make sure you do that. Next, open up your Galaxy Store, and you might get a pop-up like this to update the Galaxy Store app, so make sure you update that as well. Open it again after the update, and then press on Menu, Updates here, and you will see all the updates that are available for your A57. Tap on Update All so that you can get all of the updates to the apps that you have on your phone right there. This matters because a lot of your One UI apps are dependent on these apps being up to date, so make sure you do that. Next, let's make your display even better. Open up your settings, find the display option here and tap on it, and I'll suggest you use dark mode because it looks so much better on AMOLED. Next, you want to make sure to go to motion smoothness. Now by default it's at adaptive, which is great. You want it here, and if yours is otherwise, if it's standard, I want you to switch it to adaptive because that's where you get that smooth motion display. Next, I want you to turn on Eye Comfort Shield. Now what this will do is like True Tone on the iPhones. It will actually adapt your A57 display to your surrounding environment, so the screen looks much nicer, and this only used to be on the more expensive phones, and now we have it on the A series. Now let's make your phone feel faster without installing anything. Under Settings and Display, which we were just now, scroll all the way down and tap on Navigation Bar, and here tap on Swipe Gestures. Now this gives you more screen estate versus buttons here, which take up the space on your screen. So when you tap on Swipe Gestures here, you actually be able to do swipe gestures just like this. You'll be able to swipe up, and the phone just looks generally more cleaner. Now let's go back to Settings, scroll all the way down and tap on About Phone, then Software Information, then tap on the build number 7 times to allow development settings, and when it comes up with this pop-up, tap OK. Now let's go back to the main settings homepage here. Scroll down and we'll see developer options, so let's tap that. And I want you to find 3 settings here, with the first being the Windows animation scale, which will set to 0.5. Same thing for the transition animation scale, which will set to 0.5 as well. And the animator duration scale, which will set to 0.5. Now when we do any gestures or when we swipe around in the interface right here, you can see the phone feels so much faster here versus how it comes default out of the box. You can see that is almost instant right there. Next, let's protect your battery life. Now, Samsung is promising 6 years of software update for the A57, which means your battery health is kind of important. So let's go to Settings, Battery, scroll down and tap on Battery Protection. Now you have a few options here, such as Basic, which is what it comes with by default, or Maximum. Now if you're someone who really wants to protect their battery life, you want to go beyond the Basic into Maximum, and here you can actually cap how much the phone is going to charge. So I would say 85% is a sweet spot where you are still going to get good battery life and you are still going to be able to save your battery health in the long run. But if you don't want to manage any of that, you can also go into Basic here, but make sure you have sleep time protection enabled so that when you plug this in when you're going to bed at night, it will still protect your battery life. Now if we go back into battery information here, we can see it's 5000 milliampere for the battery capacity. If we go into charging settings, we can see that we have fast charging enabled here. Now just because you can fast charge every single time does not mean you need to, because this is one of the things that will kill your battery in the long term if you're always fast charging, especially when the phone is hot. So another tip here is you can turn off the fast charging or just use a slower charger, and if the phone is like really hot, you want to make sure that you are not charging and using it at the same time. Now let's secure your phone properly. Go into Settings, scroll down and find Security and Privacy, then tap on it. Then you want to tap on Lock Screen here. Tap on Fingerprints. Choose which screen lock you want to use. For me, it's PIN and fingerprints. Then I'm going to tap on that. Enter your preferred PIN. Then you have the options to show your notifications on your lock screen. For me, I would select Show Alerting Notifications Only for security. Then tap Done. Continue, and then tap Register. then you can go through the process of registering your fingerprint here by adjusting your hands all over until you get to 100%. And when you are done, I suggest adding a second finger. For me, it's going to be my left thumb. And just like that, we are done. Now, I'm not assuming the worst is going to happen, but what if you lose your phone or someone steals it? Well, let's protect your phone in that situation. Since we're already in security and privacy here, let's tap on lost device protection and you would see two options, right? Find my mobile and theft protection. Now let's tap on theft protection and you'll be able to see some options here. Now the first one I suggest you enable is theft detection lock, which is a mode that can actually detect, let's say if you're walking with your phone, you are using it on the side of the road, someone snatches it out of your hand, right? It can actually detect that. Here, if we look at turn on theft detection lock, we turn it on right here and this protects you in that situation. Next, let's enable remote lock. Now with remote lock, you'll be able to go to the Android website, android.com/lock, and you'll be able to actually lock your phone remotely if it's ever stolen from you. So we just enable that, but mind you, you will need to have your SIM card or eSIM card inside this phone. And the last option here is offline device lock, where someone steals your phone, they immediately turn off your Wi-Fi, they turn off all of your mobile data, and then you cannot call it, you cannot detect it. So if you turn that on, it will actually prevent this. So now you have peace of mind that no matter what happens with your new A57, if anything were ever to happen, you'll probably have the best chance to be able to get it back. Now this section used to be much more deeper in the video, but I brought it forward because it's so important, and that is using a private DNS service. Now it's free. If we go into the Google Play Store here and we search, we can search for Next DNS. You just tap open right here. What it does actually is that it allows you to be able to block ads, so you will not be able to see ads on your phone. Next, let's make notifications actually useful. Go into settings, tap on advanced settings, then tap on notification history, and if yours is not on, I want to make sure that you turn it on right here so that you're actually able to see every single notification that you've ever seen. So let's say you accidentally swipe a notification off that you did not mean to, you can always come here to notification history to see all of your past notifications, which is great. Next, I want you to swipe down from your home screen and you'll be able to see your notifications here. But if you swipe left, you'll actually be able to go into your quick panels here. And here I suggest you tap edit. And when you tap that edit button right here, you'll be able to adjust everything here. I want screen recorder to be much closer. I don't want flight mode, power savings right here. And I click done again. And now I have my screen recorder right there. So you can be able to edit this according to how you actually want it. Now we have a wonderful camera at the back of the Galaxy A57 right here. So let's tune it so that it's the best camera ever. And maybe not everyone knows this, but if you actually double tap on your power button right here, it will actually launch the camera, as you can see right there. So that's one trick in case you did not know. Now when you launch your camera for the first time right there, you will get all of these options. And the first here will be in your top right to enable motion photos, so that when you take a photo, for example, and let's say I move around and let's go open that photo, it will actually save the video. So if I tap on motion photo right there, you can see it not only takes the photo, it also records some motion, which is really nice. Okay, now I want you to tap on this here and then tap on your settings, and here we want to enable a few settings. First, we want to scroll down here and enable composition guide right here. Going back, and I want you to enable notification tag. It will ask you this option, so just tap on while using the app. And then for settings to keep, I want you to enable camera mode right here, selfie angle, high picture resolutions. And why this is useful is that, let's say I have the camera open right here and I switch to the video mode, right? And then let's say I swipe out the camera from my recents and I open up the camera again, you can see it's still on video mode, which is great. Now, one thing I like about the A57 is if you tap on the 12 megapixel at the top right here, it actually switches to 50 megapixel mode. And the reason I don't recommend you enable 50 megapixel mode is because you actually lose access to all of your other cameras. So when we switch it off right here, you'll be able to see now we have access to the ultra wide and your 2x crop of your main camera. Going back into the settings there, and when we go into video, I want you to enable high efficiency videos. So this will give you smaller file sizes. Now let's switch to the front camera, and there are a few options immediately you get here. And the first is if you want your color tone to be natural or if you want it to be warm. For me, I always prefer warm, so I will always select warm here. And the next option is I tap here and I tap on the face here. I do not want any auto face filtering thing to be on my face, so I'm just going to put the intensity to 0 there so that it does not like change my face or anything. Now, while the Galaxy A57 doesn't have all of the AI features of, say, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, there are still some useful ones that you should know about. Now here, Samsung calls it awesome intelligence. AI, get it? Awesome intelligence. And the first place you want to find it is in your voice recorder right here. So just grant all of the permissions here. And let's just quickly run a sample recording right now where I'm just talking, and we're talking about awesome intelligence and how you should subscribe to the Geekception YouTube channel right here. And one of the nice options here is that in the top right, you would see this kind of icon here. So let's tap on it, and now you get intelligent features right here, such as voice transcription, which is what we want. So let's click on continue right there. We can add our language. Now we can tap on that transcription again. We can select the language right here, tap on transcribe, and it takes a short while, as you can see here. And then boom, we're done. You can see that it has actually transcribed all of the audio, and as you actually scroll through the recording, you can see where the actual word is, which is super cool. The next AI feature I love is circle to search, where you just press and hold on your home bar right there, and you can just circle like that to search, and right here it will pull up everything you need to know. And I really love circle to search. It's my favorite AI feature by far. And in fact, if you're, let's say, using it to read social media or anything, if you tap on this translate icon, you can actually be able to translate your whole entire screen like that. And since we're in the gallery right here, there are actually a few AI options you get. And if we just tap on the Galaxy AI thing there to analyze the image, and now you can use object eraser, where you can be able to actually erase different objects. And again, this is only in the top phones, but here we also get it on your Galaxy A57 as well, right? So you can just tap on erase like that. It will automatically select the image right there. You give it a little while and it erases it. Look at that. That is super duper cool. A photo where it's the bubble head is there, and boom, without the bubble head. Next, let's set up settings that make big phones easier to use. Let's open up your settings, go into display, scroll down right here and tap on edge panels. Now I already demoed edge panels, which is the panel you swipe from the right there. But inside here is where you can be able to customize it, whether you want it to be the apps, to be the people. And I use this a lot here, where it has all of the default options, but you can actually just tap on the control there, and you can be able to, let's say, remove this. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. And maybe I want Facebook, you can just drag and drop Facebook anywhere there. Maybe I want the camera, you can just drag and drop the camera right there. Or maybe I want, let's say, Google, I can just drag and drop Google here. I want Instagram, I can just drag and drop Instagram right there, and boom. Now, something that really grinds my gears is that if we look at the side button here, or as I like to call it, the power button, and we press and hold, actually, what does it do? It gives you Gemini. I don't want it to have Gemini. I want it to be my power button. So let's change that. First, let's go into settings, scroll all the way down and find advanced settings. And let's tap on advanced features right here, and let's tap on side button. And for side button here, we can find the long press, and for the long press, we can then switch it to power off menu. So now when we press and hold on the power button, it gives us our power menu right there. Next, let's make this phone feel like yours. On the home screen, long press on it there. Let's press on settings, and here you will be able to adjust several things, such as your home screen grid if you want 5x6, so you have more space for apps on your home screen right there. And if you're like me, you like customizations, you would want to install Good Lock. So Good Lock is the app here from the Samsung store, and when you actually install the Good Lock here, you'll be able to get Home Up. So let's install Home Up. We just hit display right there. So if we just enable it, and for me, what I always like to change is my task changers. I like to make it mini mode. So when I open it like that, it's much smaller. So let's look at how it is before. So this is how it is before. It's very long right there. And I always like to center the running app. So it's always centered to the running app that I have right here. I don't have to go all the way to the right there. Now, I know a lot of you like to change custom fonts on your Samsung device, and it's a sad day because Samsung has patched it. It's no longer works, all of the workarounds we used to use. But if you still want to change your fonts, you can go into your settings right here, your display, and if we come down to font size and style and font style, you can be able to change it to any of the default ones right here, which I'll be honest with you, they're very ugly. If you tap on download fonts right there, it will take you into the Galaxy store, and now you have all of these mono imaging fonts right here. And sure, it's not the best or the custom ones that we would like, but at least this is the font options if you want to change your font style. Okay, next let's do some quality of life settings here on your phone, and go into settings, go into sound and vibrations, scroll down and tap on sound quality and effects, allow here, and here you can enable Dolby Atmos, which is amazing that it's present on a phone like this. Also turn on adapt sound right here so that it can be able to adapt sound to your age range. So I'm in the 30 to 60 age range. Next, go back all the way, scroll down till you find device care, tap on it there, scroll down here, tap on auto optimization, and you can turn on auto restart if the phone needs to be able to, just refresh itself. That would be great. And then I also want you to enable app protection here so that whenever you install any app or any of the apps you are using, it will not automatically install any viruses or anything to steal your data. And this is automatic. You don't need to do anything. Now, I know all of these settings are not very exciting, but I'll definitely tell you that it is what keeps your phone going 6 months, 1 year, 3 years from now. And the last controversial bit here is RAM Plus. By default, it comes with 4 gigs here. You can always increase it for more if you're someone who requires a lot more RAM than the default that came here with the A57. And wrapping up with some of the apps that I recommend you install, Bitwarden, which is my password manager of choice. I really hope you are not still using your password that you selected when you were like 16 years old, because that is not great. Bitwarden is free, it's open source, and you're able to manage all of your passwords with it. Now, the next app I recommend is Blip. Now, with Blip, you're actually able to send from not just your Android to Android, but from your Android to iOS, from your Android to your Windows, from your Android to my bank account if you want to support this channel here on Patreon. But yes, you get the idea. Now, a quick note before we wrap up, and when doing research for this video, I actually saw a Reddit thread from A57 users talking about like their keyboard glitching and ghost typing or repeated characters. Now, I've personally not experienced that on my unit right here, but I do not want to make it sound like every A57 has this problem. But if it happens to you, try updating your phone, try updating Samsung keyboard from the Google Play Store or the Galaxy Store. Remove a screen protector if you have a screen protector on your phone right there, or just try installing a different keyboard entirely if maybe it's the Gboard that is the problem or your specific keyboard. And please let me know in the comments there below if you have that ghost typing issue on your Galaxy A57. And that, best friends, are the top 15 things I will do on getting the Galaxy A57 right here. If you just got this phone, save it because you'll probably need it when you want to be able to get the best out of this phone. Subscribe for more setup guides like this, camera tests, and just general tech goodness. Drop a comment which settings you change first personally. And please, if you found a better Galaxy A57 tip, share it in the comments below as well. I've been your Captain of Awesome. This is Geekception. Text me when you get home so I know you got home safe, as I appreciate you being here, and I expect to catch you in the next one. Don't forget to stay awesome. Bye.